Hi guys, my name is Sakshi Mishra and here's presenting my project beta for BCM114. Let's recap. My digital artifact, Trying to Strive, exists on the platform Instagram. It is a studygram community for students studying media in Dubai. I would like to promote student life for media students. It will be a space for motivating students and promoting student life. Decided on dividing my feed into campaigns. Some campaign ideas I've had for the future are healthy habits, keeping up with university, internship recruitment, planning for university, and etc. These campaigns have been planned for the future, but they are bound to change depending on feedback. Some goals I have planned out for my DA are follow FIST, that is fast, inexpensive, simple, and tiny. The next one is collect feedback on certain elements such as my color palette, the feed grid, and if it's been helpful to my target audience. Reach 30 plus accounts on Instagram. And the last one is narrowing down my target audience. Some complications or issues I've faced. Deciding on the campaigns. There has been a lot I wish to cover, and deciding on one particular thing has been really difficult. Maintaining a color palette. It is hard to stick to a color palette during collaborations, and this is a recent problem I've faced. Defining my content niche. Basically, deciding on a topic for the week has been extremely difficult. Lastly, I think this is something we can all relate to, consistency. I've been overwhelmed at times with the kind of campaigns I've attempted to design. The insights of my DA from the professional dashboard of Instagram. Here's a look into my current feed. It is simple, has neutral colors with an attempt to sticking to one reel and 2 posts in relation to the campaign. As I stated earlier, I had set a goal to reach at least 30 plus accounts, and according to the account insights available on Instagram, I have reached almost 50 plus accounts in the last month. The feedback I had seeked out to my audience. They mostly discussed about the color palette issues, how they would like external resources in relation to my posts. They'd also love more insight to job internships for media students and much more. Application of this feedback I've received from my audience. Color palette and aesthetics. I would like to focus on the aesthetics of the campaign, change based to the mood of the post. I'd like to have more interactive posts, more details included in the post instead of the caption. I've recently done a collaboration, and an issue we faced was to match our aesthetics, so I've decided on having a separate template for my collaborations. Changes in my content. As I've received feedback on the kind of content they wish to see, which is why my content will be focused on what my target audience needs. With that, external resources will be available on the highlights for each campaign. Next, after being overwhelmed with choices, I've decided to focus on just one campaign idea for 1 week. Clear separation for campaigns with the help of the collection feature on Instagram. The collection feature on Instagram will help organize my content for the future, and it will be easier for people to navigate through the content. Another feedback I had received from the project pitch was that my target audience wasn't clearly defined, so I've decided to focus on media students studying in the UAE specifically. This is an extremely small and developing niche since there aren't a lot of universities offering media courses in the UAE specifically. I hope to change that, and I hope to encourage more students to join the media field. Lastly, moving on to my methodology for this DA. This is something that I had discussed in my project pitch. There have been a few additions and deductions. I still have my main platform on Instagram, attempting to promote my work on Twitter and documenting my journey on WordPress. Finally, 2 new additions, FIFO and FIST. This is something I hadn't mentioned earlier but had been religiously following or attempting to follow. Application of FIFO, which is fail early and fail often, has always been difficult for me since something not working out seems like the end of the world. Excuse the exaggeration, but now that it has been a practice, such as me attempting to do a collaboration, do check it out on my page though. And lastly, FIST, which is fast, inexpensive, simple, and tiny. I don't think my work has been particularly quick to release, but since consistency is important throughout the DA, I will be attempting to stick to the schedule created regardless. My work has always been quite simple and inexpensive, so I am possibly doing something right. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me.